with all of you. So every member of Congress has a system in place where even when you leave a voicemail, it's almost like a voice text. It goes into this system where it identifies you, puts it in some sort of database, and we all as a member have a choice of which database company, whatever we can choose from, but it all does something similar. It creates a record of your phone call through email, through a database, not just like, oh, they're checking the voicemail. They even cross-check it to see, okay, Rebecca Islam called on this day, this is the issue, and so forth. What happens every week, and I've asked colleagues actually before because I was trying to learn for myself, how do I know what my residents are calling about, all these other things. And at that time, my staff assistant taught me, like she worked in a senator's office, and same thing. End of week, we get a report out and it says, you know, X number of people called about animal rights, X number of people called about Syria, X number of people called about, you know, property taxes, whatever it is. And it's, you know, I have this sheet and it tells me how many from Westland, how many from Dearborn, how many from Detroit. And it does it geographic. And then it tells me for or against various issues. So obviously we have one for ceasefire. And mashallah, I kid you not, I love this. And I love that maybe overwhelmingly my district support. I had like 7,000 calls within a month period just on supporting a ceasefire, and probably less than 500 against a ceasefire. So it just shows you all, I love being able to tell my colleagues that. And then my colleagues will tell me, oh, I've never had this many calls about Palestine or Palestinians in general. So I just want you all to know all of that happens. I mean, if the member of Congress is doing it right and the team is doing it right, they are getting these report outs. I've asked a number of Michigan delegation members, and they all get these report outs to know exactly the number of people calling their office every week and what the issue is. Just because it's a voicemail, do not think it is documented. And again, the voicemail is connected to a database that, you know, my chief of staff showed me, because I said, well, how do you know what people are calling? And she showed me how literally Fatima Salman can call me. She's not my constituent, but if she called me, it would create a database and it will say, you know, okay, this information. And sometimes if you don't leave your information, you don't know if you're in our district, you'll get a phone call from that member's office. Some of you may have already gotten those phone calls from the member's office.